Hey everybody, welcome to the first ever deck profile on the channel, Way of the EOS. Like I stated in the channel trailer video, we will be discussing Eosmon deck profiles and many concepts that my brilliant mind can, interpret it as. However, I will be open to making other videos based off of other Digimon decks. But for now, I'm going to focus on, just basically the deck right now I fell in love with, which is Eosmon. Hopefully sooner rather than later, those D Reapers coming up, but that's in the next season, next set, BT8. But yeah, let's get started with this video. Before the video introductions, for those of you who don't know, I am Way of the Lock. I have my YouTube channel, Way of the Lock Team Do HQ, the Yin Yang Show, as well as a TikTok, Way of the Lock and Way of the Cosplay. You can check that out. Description will be, or link in the description down below. But without further ado, first off, the baby. Just going to be running one. We only need one because just the yellow option cards we have. There is a splash of yellow in this white-green build for EOS. This white-green is also a hybrid based around the new BT7. But first, we're going to start things off with one Manoa right here. As soon as my camera, be great if you could focus. Thank you. One Manoa for that EOS play when we do get EOS on the field, as well as a memory tamer to keep our memory up to 3 at the start of every turn. And if we do get our EOS out, opponent's tamers that are suspended cannot unsuspend as long as we have an Eosmon in play. Besides her, we're running one Zoe Amato. We have her on play. Oh god. On play, I could search the security stack for any hybrid or 10 warriors, and also I get a recovery +1 once I get it from the security. But we're running one of her. Like I said, we're just splashing yellow in here. Next tamers we have are 2 analog boys to help us dig out hybrids as well as EOS, and we definitely want to get EOS in the trash for the big boy play we want to do. We also have an additional memory. If EOS with Digivolutions gets deleted, we can suspend them to gain a memory. Also hatch from the Digivolution egg, but we only have one baby. Next up, last tamers, we're running 3 JPs. With the innate ability of piercing as well as an on-play effect, the Digivolution cost can be reduced by 1 when digivolving on top of this guy. Again, with that innate piercing ability, that's going to come into play later when we have our Eosmons out. Next up, we have one win rate 60% option card. I only run one of these because it's kind of like an end game kind of deal. So you want this in your hand when you have everything all set up. Basically, this card, you can reduce the Digivolution by 4, but you have to trash a Digimon in your hand with the same color. So if you have an Eosmon in hand, you can, delete that to the trash to Digivolve for a memory cost of 1 if you have level 6, or basically Digivolve your Eosmon level 5 for free. Basically save this guy for the level 6. Next option cards, we have the Giga Blaster, Flower Cannon, and 4 Thunder Lasers. Either in security, or you can have these, draw them in your hand. Basically, these are for suspending, stunning your opponents. Also stunning blockers as well. We run one Ultra Turbulence, just for the decreasing the... Ooh, I don't know if that thing's going to focus. Yeah. One of your opponent's Digimon and all of their security get negative 3k DP for the turn. So really help when you're swinging into security. As well as everyone's most dreaded fear when going against yellow, Widen's Breath. Which can definitely, definitely come in handy for getting rid of the big boys that's on the field, negging them by 15k. On to the rookies, we run one Neemon to get our tamers out for free, 2 Bokomon for memory control for us, as well as searching for hybrids, 3 Morphomons to help search out Manoa and the Eosmon, And that would be it for the rookies. Now, for those of you who also have trouble with me with non-deletion effects, there's a neat little combo you could do if you have the memory for it. Say you're trying to swing into security and just he won't die because you keep getting into option cards. There's a nifty little combo that I believe is in this deck, or it might be in one of my other decks. I'll have to see. We'll have to see about that later on in the video. For champions level 4s, we run 1 Zephyrmon and 3 Eosmons level 4, as well as the 4 Beetlemons. What's interesting about this is with this Beetlemon, you can Digivolve on top of a level 4 for a 1 cost. So basically what you can do is you can have an Eosmon if you do hard play them, or if you Digivolve them on top of Morphemon. So like, you got your Morphemon, you got your that guy, and then you got this guy, and then for a 1 cost, basically we chose this hybrid because you can just build up the evolution. Then when you get to your level 6 Eosmon, he'll have so many security checks, which is why we run the Mega Gabocteriamon. Alright. I'm loving it. We're gonna put that away right there. Next up, champions. I wonder what we're gonna run. It's champions. What are the odds? Eosmon. We have a grand total. Alright, so not that many Eosmons because you don't actually want a brick in this deck. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Eosmons is the magic number in this deck. In my personal opinion. Oh, I do run it. We have 8 because another level 5 we have 3 of the Rhino Gabocteriamon. In case we don't get into the Wombo combo for that, there's a backup plan as well. I should probably scoot that over. I realized that wasn't close. Another level 5 we have too is Chimeramon. For this one, it's rather you hardcast it since this is the only purple in the deck. Because when you play him, his on-play effect, you can delete a Digimon on my field. Oh yeah, so I can delete any other Digimon that is level 5 or lower. If you get this one in the hand, you can just play him, pop your Morphemon, boom. I run only one of him because this is just a silly card. It's a shits and giggle card. Because what are the odds you're gonna, actually have him in your hand? I've had in my local tournaments him in my hand one every three matches. He'd either be in my hand or security or just in the bottom of the deck. But the way this deck works is it does shuffle through stuff. We have Rhino Gabocteriamon right here because he's going to what was his? So with his ability, you can Digivolve on top of him. So say you swing, you can use his effect to Digivolve on top of him with the green Digimon with Insect, which in case you have this guy in your hand, that's basically why we would have him. I'm thinking about reducing this to either 2, maybe 1, but 2. I'm gonna stick with 3 to see how that goes in my next local tournament. But yeah, so we have 1 Hercules Gabocteriamon and 1 Emberwalmon because he does have good abilities with suspending opponent's Digimon, as well as 2 Eosmons level 6. The reason we have this is because the deck is built around either or. So if you run into a Eosmon or if you run into Insect, you can still Digivolve on top of them because you can Digivolve on top of green. Plus 4 seems to be my magic number. 4 or 6 when it comes to level 6s.